aggravated because nobody's sitting down, so you need to sit. Or else. That's my teacher voice, in case you didn't know. That's what I do with.
I don't know, I looked at it. But I'm right on the prophet. Thank God. Okay, all right, so let's get started.
Okay.
Shalom, everyone. We're going to get started. It's wonderful to see so many people here. Of course, it's always wonderful to have a dinner before because then we have more people here. Hopefully you in the cyberspace world had dinner at home. Sorry if it's a little Jewish Standard Time. If you're tuning into Temple Emet, I guess be prepared for it to start a little 10 minutes late or something like that. I don't know what to say, but we're thrilled to be together. It's an exciting evening. We have new things happening. To my left, your right, is Quinn Robinson, and he is training to be a soloist, and you can hear in his melodic voice that he has a great potential if you are so to choose to travel that path. But he's young and he has his whole life ahead of him. We've known him most of his life since he was 2, so it's great that he's here spreading his wings and flying. Look at my wings are flying also. And new horizons. So I will be not here on the first Friday in December, our next service. And Quinn will be leading that service entirely by himself. Had to hold him back. He wanted to do the sermon too, but that will be Jeremy. So that Friday you will have Quinn on board, Heather and Jeremy. So we're going to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And we're actually going to start with Shiru Ladonai, because Shiru Ladonai, page 131, and of course my book opens right to that page, because we're going to sing a new song unto the Lord. And so let us read at the top of the page, "In God's hands are the depths of the earth, and the peaks of the mountains are God's. God is the sea, God made it, and the land which God's hands fashioned. Come, let us bow down and kneel, bend the knee before Adonai our Maker, for Adonai is our God. And we are the people God tends, the flock in God's care. Oh, if you'd but heed God's charge on this day." So this Shabbat, Shabbat Vayera, is all about heeding and surrendering to God's charge. So, since we are entering into a new phase, a new era of like 3 sort of decades of people, Quinn, Heather, and me, we span all age demographics. So let them come and sing a new song unto God. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash on page 131. Shir Ladonai Shir Chadash. Shir Ladonai Kol Haaretz. Shir Ladonai Shir Chadash. Shir Ladonai Candle the Lights of Shabbat. Our immediate past president of Sisterhood, Pat Alexander, will come forward, and you can find the candle blessing on page 120. 120. Come, let us sing joyously to Adonai, raise a shout for our rock and our redeemer, and our deliverer. Let us come into God's presence with praise. Let us raise a shout for God in song, for Adonai is a great God, a great ruler of all divine beings. And if you'll turn, as I said, to page 120, you will find the blessing over the candles. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generation of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Together on the bottom of page 121. O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. And let us take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And another one, separating ourselves from the weak, and now the holiness of Shabbat. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. And Pat will light the candles, and she will make 3 circles, creating order out of chaos in the universe as we together will sing the blessing. So you just have to light them and make the 3 circles and cover your eyes. Once again, 2 candlesticks representing loving partnership between 2 individuals, a parent and a child, a parent and their pet, us and Adonai. And once again, making those 3 circles, coming close to our heart, bringing in the light of the divine into our being for this Shabbos period. At this time of great thanksgiving, as we enter into our season of gratitude. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, letzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Turn next to someone that you know or love, or hug yourself and say, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. So now it is our great joy to turn to page 142 as we welcome in the Sabbath angels. Please be mindful that as we read the text, let us read it together as Quinn comes forward to lead us. Peace be to you, O ministering angels, messengers of the Most High, Majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessing. Enter in peace, O messengers of peace, angels of the Most High, Majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessing. Bless us with peace, O messengers of peace, angels of the Most High, Majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessing. Depart in peace, O messengers of peace, angels of the Most High, Majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessing. Shalom Aleichem.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. If you now turn to page 138 for Lechado D, we welcomed in the Shabbos angels with Shalom Aleichem, and now we welcome in the Shabbos bride with Lechado D. Remember, we're doing verses 1, 5, and 9. Lechado di, lekrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabala. 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 Shemor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Yishmi'anu Elham echad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem u'tiferet v'l'tehillah, Lechado di, lekrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabala. Lechado di, lekrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabala. Toreri, kiva orech miori, uri shir daberi, kivod Adonai alai niva. Lechado di, lekrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabala. Lechado di, lekrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabala. Ro'i v'shalom ateret bala, gam v'simcha u'v'tzola, toch emunei am segula, bo'i chala, Lechado di, lekrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabala. Lechado di, lekrat kala,
Pnei Shabbat nekabala. Pnei Shabbat nekabala. Pnei Shabbat nekabala.
Please be seated. Next, we'll return to page 144 for the Chatzi Kaddish. The Chatzi Kaddish separates our spiritual warm-up, which we did in the beginning with Shalom Aleichem and Lechado Di, to our call to worship, which is the Baruch Hu following. Together, if we could read at the bottom, page 145. Entrances to holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time, even at unlikely times and through unlikely places. There is no place on earth without the presence. Chatzi Kaddish, page 144. Yitgadol v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, ve'amad yivrach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, u'v'chayedecho beit Yisrael, bagala, Ubizman karivimaru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach, le'olam u'lamei homaya. Yitbarach v'yishabach v'yipar v'yitruman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei d'kedusha rechu le'olam mikol b'chata v'shirata tu sechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'yimaru. Amen. Please turn to page 147, the following page, for the Baruch Hu. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Please be seated. Please join me in the reading on the following page 149 at the bottom. This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it, we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? On the next page, page 150, Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam, Please turn the page over to page 152 to our most pivotal prayer, the Shema, reminding us that our God is one. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Perhaps I'm saying this more for myself than for you guys. We cover our eyes to block away all distractions. Previous week, next week, it's not important right now. What's important right now is our belief in Adonai. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Shem kevod malchuto, le'olam va'ed. Baruch Shem kevod malchuto, le'olam va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Adonai Echad. Adonai Echad. Please be seated. Let us read together page 155 at the top. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai your God. Now chant together the Ve'ahavta on page 154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadevarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha uvelechtecha v'derech uveshochbecha uvekumecha ukashartam leot al yadecha v'chayu letotefot beinenecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tiskeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hiatem kedoshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Emet. And now, if you would turn to page 157. V'michamocha, be as joyous. During this prayer, be as joyous as though you were just freed from bondage, as our ancestors were so long ago. So this is time to rejoice, time to get up and dance if you are willing and able. But if not, that's okay. I'm also prefer more conservative kind of guy. But anyway, V'michamocha.
Jeremy and Heather, if you want to help lead everyone dance. No, everyone, come on. Those of you that can dance, dance. There's a lot of ruach in this room.
Oh, yeah.
And the youth shall lead us.
You can now turn to page 162 for the Vashamru. We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. Vashamru.
Shabbat
Turn the page, page 164. Please rise if you are able as the ark is opened. שפתיו תפתח, ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Velohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Velohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chazdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Maged. Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham Vezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol atah, Rav Lehoshia, Mashiach HaRuach U'Marid HaGashem. Mechakel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachabim Rabim. Somech noflem v'rfech holim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato lishenei afar, michamocha ba'al gevurot, umidom elach, melech memit umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lechayot ha'kol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh ha'kol. Atah kadosh v'simcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom, Yehalu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated.
Isn't he wonderful? I see some of those who have been the heads of our religious school looking at me and smiling. And some of it is in, I think, I'm not sure whether it's excitement or disbelief or what the story is. But you know, it is usually those ones that are the most passionate, flying from the rooftop and jumping off the bima, that become the ones that have the spirit, the ruach, to be able to lead a congregation in not only worship, but in song. And that being said, we're going to move into the sermon, but before that, I just want to give you some words about it. Heather's going to come up and sing a song that is related to the parsha. The parsha is Vayera, and Heather, come on up. And this is a parsha, a lot goes on with it. You'll hear more about it in my sermon, but one of the major moments, especially that's affecting us all at this time in our lives, is that, you know, Sarai has not been able to have children, and she's getting older and older and older. So she finally recognizes this, and she gives her maidservant Hagar to Abraham, to Abraham, to make a dynasty of children. And what comes forth, be fruitful and multiply, she has a baby, but then Sarah gets a little jealous because now she's wondering if her place is somehow going to be usurped or shifted, because now her maidservant has given him a child and she hasn't. So angels come and God promises Abraham that, you know, in fact, he will have a child. So to give you the backstory, so Sarah ousts Hagar from their whole encampment, their lives, and wants her gone, to take her baby and go. And so you'll hear in my sermon, there's a moment later on where she's just destitute. She doesn't know how to feed her baby. She doesn't have water. She's just completely devastated, thinking that both she and her baby are going to die. And an angel comes to her and says, from your child, don't worry, will come forth a great nation. And that child is Ishmael. where that nation is, they're cousins to us, but that rivalry continues to this day, thousands of years later. So eventually they have Isaac, there's Ishmael, and then we have these issues. So Heather is going to sing about that conflict.
I am calling you, O Sarah, this is your sister Hagar, calling through the centuries to reach you from afar. Here is my son Ishmael, your sister's son alive. We share the sons of Abraham, two peoples, one tribe. Yes, I am your Sarah. I remember you, Hagar. Your voice cuts through the distance. No, you can't be very far. It was I who cast you out in fear and jealousy. Yet your vision survived the wilderness to reach your destiny. But it wasn't till my Isaac lay under the knife that I recognized your peril, the danger to your life. I tremble now, O Hagar, for our peril still the same. We will not survive our danger till we speak each other's names. Must hear each other's prayers, sing each other's songs, and share the dream of one homeland for which our peoples long. We must hear each other's prayers, sing each other's songs, and share the dream of one homeland for which our peoples long.
Yasher Koach. So, Yasher Koach to you. So, as you can see, there's a plan. I look out at all of you, and almost 15 plus years ago, we decided, a small but mighty group of people, to venture at a time when synagogues were literally closing, to start one. And that was 15 years ago. And I'm sitting over here next to Quinn's mother, and she turns to me and she goes, "How do you like sitting?" I've been doing this for almost 30 years now. Hard to believe, I don't want to say it, but if I count the years before I came to you, 30 years, 31 years almost. And of course, I'm forever 37 or 38, but God has a plan. And so even though I might stay here for you until I pass, let's just hope I'm like Rabbi Kahane or something like that of blessed memory, but to take care of all of you. But look at the generations here. We have Quinn, we have Heather, and Quinn and his family came to the Nova exhibit of the festival, and Jeremy and I went 3 times. Lynn and I and Jeremy went twice. We took different people, but this is something that comes from when you attend the festival, you can get it, and it has, we will sing again, we will dance again, as we will remember, we will dance again. But it's a blessing to me to be able to look at Quinn, look at his mom, look at Heather, look at all of us and all the different generations, but at that festival, we lost young lives like Quinn's. And Kinahora, thank God, Baruch Hashem, Quinn is here, carrying the light and love of Torah and Adonai, and his mom turns to me and she says, he's actually praying up there. And I'm like, yes, he is. And he's been with us since he was a baby. He's been with you since before he came out. And there's people in this room that helped in his education, but he's going to take it the rest of the way, whatever that means for him. But I see one person here who knew me from a place in LA, and the minute you opened her mouth, I saw her eyes go up like, no, he is ours. But yes, one day you might end up in a big place. We should be a big place. But we are what we are, it is what it is, and we will trust God. So we say thank you, Baruch Hashem, to God for giving us the opportunity to expand our horizons. We have these beautiful musicians. Let's think about it. Where can you go to a temple of our size, where you have this fabulous musical director, you have percussion, you have violin, you have ukulele, sometimes we have all kinds of flute and oboe and other things at High Holy Days, and then we have all this beautiful music and all these singers, and we have all of you who are really devoted. And we're going to keep the light alive through the darkness, whatever may befall us, and we will go forward as the mighty people that we are. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome, everybody, to this wonderful Shabbos. We are preparing, this is our last Shabbat service before Thanksgiving, so in a sense, this is our Shabbos of gratitude, so we are grateful for each other and the ability to be here and to continue to pray together. And we are also excited to have the opportunity to go forward and recognize new life. I am going to be excitedly with my daughter having the grandson birth, hopefully on the 25th, and Marianne, our president, in the spring will be going to Israel because her daughter is going to be having babies. So babies are happening. So, our congregant Dave Hebner, he's going to go back east because he's got baby blessings. So we will be fruitful and multiply, and we will continue to thrive. Now, Vayera means he appeared. And it opens, the Parsha opens, and we've given you some of that just before Heather sang, as guests, some angelic guests come to visit Abraham. And they come, and he's very, very hospitable to them. He opens up his home. He invites them in. He washes their feet. He is as gracious as can be. And the guests tell him that Sarah will give birth. Now, Sarah's quite old, and so is Abraham. And this information is actually a bit of a shock to him, and it is later a shock to her as well. Also in the Parsha, we go on later on, so you see like this pattern that happens, and God destroys the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. So what did we just have? Recently, we just had Parsha Noah, where we were wiped out. Now we have Sodom and Gomorrah, and you might know the story of Lot leaves with his wife, and she's told not to turn back, and she turns back, and what happens? She turns into a pillar of salt. Yes! So, lessons in learning how to listen to what you're told to do sometimes is a good idea. But despite Abraham's pleas otherwise, then there's a whole thing with God because he begs him not to do it. And what does this remind us of that comes later on? Moses. He is constantly pleading with God to please don't wipe us out. Please look the other way. Please don't pay attention to all of our discretions. Give us another chance. So we have both of our patriarchs fighting for us. Always. When we actually appeared not to deserve it, they always felt that we had merit, and they saw past our present discretions and the error of our ways. We needed to rise above them And we still do. We needed to do it then, and we still need to do it. Why? Because we are human. And we're going to err. Why? Because that's how we learn our lessons. Stuff's going to happen that's out of our control because there's some lesson we're supposed to learn. We don't know it now. We can only see it when we look back. Hopefully we won't turn into a pillar of salt. Now, time goes by. Sarah gives birth to Isaac. And then, as you heard, she sends her maidservant Hagar away along with her son Abraham and Ishmael. And as they are cast out, that darkest moment of Hagar comes, and then she is approached by an angel. So all these angels appear in this parsha. Diane and I have had a lot to say about that, but they really come to show us that we are not alone. So she assures her all is going to be well, and she gets through it. It's horrifically sad that eventually those two boys become the patriarchal cousins with lineages that now fight over the very land that each of them thought was their birthright, that we are still fighting over. Who has the right of ownership, even to this day? At God's command, Abraham prepares to sacrifice Isaac. When do we do this? We always hear about this at High Holy Days. Actually, it might be part of what you chant when you chant Erica at High Holy Days. But he has a moment. He has to decide, Abraham, whether he's going to surrender to God, and is he going to give up his son that he fought so hard to get? Is Sarah going to let him just do this? Because, she went through so much to get Isaac. But an angel comes and lets him know everything's going to be okay. He heeded God's call. He showed his faithfulness, and then they sacrificed a ram instead. One of the many instances where angels intervene, they are God's messengers on high and around us. They appear. Vayera. They appear when we least expect it at some of our most challenging times. Many don't really realize that we actually believe in angels, and it's all over the Torah. We have talking donkeys. We have Jacob wrestling on a ladder to become Yisrael, to name just a few. The proof is there. They do exist. We just have to believe. On Shabbat, we call upon them in Shalom Aleichem to watch over us and guide us. But this is something that we can do all the time, every day, when we feel that we need it. They are walking with us always, waiting for our call, just like Adonai. There are also some feisty angels as well. And it is said that the Satan angel, the fallen one, whispered to Job, creating doubt and delusion and maybe some more bad choices. And that these angels lie in wait, all of them, the feisty ones and the good ones, most particularly the feisty ones, every Shabbat to check on us and to see if we are following God's command to observe the Shabbat. So you might remember in preschool, the Shabbos angels are peeking through the window to see if we're actually lighting those candles. I know there's a few people who might remember it. They're doing it like an older sibling that wants to get you in trouble, tattling on your misdeeds, getting you into trouble. Well, I want to thank all of you here tonight and those of you online for being here and proving them wrong. We're here, we're observing Shabbat, we had a lovely meal together, and we're going to go forward with light. It is also said that the little indentation above our lips, everyone touch that right there, is caused by the angel Gabriel giving us that kiss, that breath of life, bringing us that first breath that we take to be born into this world. Our parsha swings back and forth between the realities of earthly life and mystical and metaphorical divine guidance. We begin with heavenly hosts, as I said, visiting Abraham, setting the stage for his act of hospitality that is meant to be an example for us all. Abraham is an example of hospitality. Moses is an example of what it means to be righteous and to go forward no matter what, to just continue on the path of God. And he doesn't even get into the promised land. But both of them were willing to sacrifice their highest selves and those they loved most to be able to serve the Lord. and us. And as we said, this parsha ends with the binding of Isaac, the only son that Sarah, an heir apparent, the future patriarch of the Jewish people, had. And the sacrifice was meant to show us that we should surrender to God in this earthly world. That doesn't mean to go sacrifice our children, but that we should surrender and have faith in the guidance that is coming to us and understand that God is truly watching us, even if it's from a distance. And sometimes it doesn't feel like it, especially when we think things should go a different way. All that, this that we have in our Torah, that especially in this parsha, lays the foundation for the struggle that we have even to this day, as I said, in the Middle East, with each nation believing that that land and all of the blessings belong to them. But we all have to remember that we're fighting for the same thing. We're fighting to live and love and to propagate and to be close to our beloved divine being that is carrying us forward in this life. And this is why, I will wear this. I wear this because we have to remember that we will dance again, we will go forward, and we can't let the negativity and the evil win. Sarah doesn't have a child at this moment in time until the divine steps in. And it's only after she goes ahead and gives her selflessly to Hagar to give birth to Ishmael that she is then given the opportunity to have a child. Thousands of years in between, but that struggle still remains the same. The jealousy, the hatred, the deep wounds reaching back farther than we could ever know, creating a pain that is so deep in our DNA that the ramifications can still be felt today. Sodom and Gomorrah fall in this parsha as a testament to what can go wrong when humanity goes awry. And this is something that we need to watch, heed, and be very careful of today. We need to protect that which is good and our humanity as a whole. The Torah lays it all out for us. We just need to process the message and obey. The question is, year after year, as the Torah is rolled back to the beginning and we start all over again, will we really? How far are we willing to go to really uphold that which is moral and right, just and true? Will we learn from our mistakes, heed God's call and commands, profit from the stories of where our ancestors went wrong, and they all do something and go wrong? Or do we succumb to our humanity, focusing on our flaws rather than our attributes? And we all do it. We need to let go, let God, and let God guide us, and be kind to ourselves and focus on that which is good within us and play it forward. Literally play it out in our lives, give that goodness to the next person and the next and the next, and hopefully create something different than what we might be living in the current time. The angels are there to help us, but we have to do the work. Kabbalists believe that whether a sacred text, an experience, or the way things work, God is there, moving always in mysterious ways. However, they also believe that true knowledge and understanding of that inner mysterious process is obtainable, and through that knowledge, the greatest intimacy with God we can actually ever attain. It is there, we can get it, we just need to access it. We need to surrender. We need to continue to grow and to learn and to expand and to do things differently and try to find what works. This is why we get an example in our parsha of how metaphysical and mystical attributes of all of our individuals that in the stories that we're going through and learning about, how they play such an important part in our journey, an important part in our destiny, and an important part in how our lives will unfold, our earthly lives. Straddling with the angels and with God to guide us. We are there in the middle. They are there to guide us and create the foundation upon which we can all build. As I said, many don't believe in angels, many don't believe in God, but all are searching. Abraham smashed the idols so that the knowledge of the one true God would be known and could be relied upon. By bearing witness, as we do in the Shema and Quinn so lovingly led us, we will have much more to guide us than lifeless statues. We don't want to think that we are all alone, adrift without a paddle, floating aimlessly at sea, but oftentimes we feel like it. Our stories are meant to remind us yearly as we go through that book that we are not alone, that there is a higher plan and a better path ahead if we are willing to open ourselves up, heed the messages, and act accordingly. The choice is up to us. It always has been, and it always will be. One good thing about us, we are resilient. We can take a lot, and we don't give up. Look at Israel today. They are still going on. They don't stop. The choice, once again, is up to us. However, those in other camps, on our cousin's side, on Ishmael's side of the equation, guess what? They have the same fortitude within them. The question is, which angels will walk with either side of us? Which angels are we going to listen to? Those feisty ones or the other ones? Just like in the physical world, the mystical one can be filled with good, bad, and mischievous influences as well. So the question remains the same. Which will we choose to listen to and guide us? It's a centuries-old choice. All of us here today are trying our best to make the right one and live in the light of the Lord. May it be God's will that the path ahead will be filled with blessing and good angels to guide us. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will. Shabbat Shalom. And so now, I'm going to sing the angel's blessing for you. And take a deep breath in and visualize an angel. Maybe you've seen one walking beside you. Maybe one has come to you at one time or another. Or just think of the wings of an angel, as we say in the El Malay Rachamim prayer at the time of a person's passing at a funeral, and we say that may that angel be with them and guide that loved one to their heavenly resting place. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. The angel's blessing. If you'd like, you can just focus on the light. Dan, I gave you the papers. Okay. A deep breath in again, and a deep breath out. May our right hand bring us closer to our godliness. May our left hand give us strength to face each day. And before us, may our visions light our paths ahead. And behind us, may well-being heal our way. All around us is Shekhinah. 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 And now we can find the Misha Barak on page 371. And I'll go ahead and do it. You're going to hear Quinn do everything in December. But I do want to everyone to think about your loved ones that need a boost of healing. I do want to mention that one of our founding members and great donors of our community, this building would not be here without Margaret Howeisen Frank, and she's been sick for 2 weeks with a fever, and they don't know why, and they're trying to find out why. So we want to send a prayer of healing to her, as well to her husband, Jolie. But also we have others in our community that are in need of healing, and we have those here in the room as well. So please close your eyes and see your loved ones, maybe see an angel standing beside them and giving them strength and courage to go forward with love and light and blessing and complete and full healing. Mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. And let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, So Quinn's going to come up and lead us in the Aleinu on the bottom of page 586. As the ark is opened, if you're able to, please rise. 586.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teiked ula li'atzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoyei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kehol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mushtachavim u'modim, Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu she'unatu shemayim ve'yoser haaretz u'moshev yakaro b'shemayim ima'al u'shechinatu zo ve'gove meromim hu Eloheinu einod emet malkeinu efes uleto Kakatu v'torato v'data hayom v'yadata hayom v'shaveto v'levavecha ki Adonai hu Elohim b'ma shamayim imo v'aretz mitachat einod v'ne'emar Adonai, the Melech HaKol Haaretz, Bayom Hahu, Yihyeh Adonai Echad, Ushemo Echad.
Please be seated. Now if you could turn to page 598. As we prepare for the mourner's Kaddish, is there anyone who has lost someone in the past 7 days? Please rise and say your loved one's name. Has anyone lost anyone in the last 30 days, the Shloshim period? Now for the past 11 months? Is there anyone, oh, yes, sorry. Well. Is anyone celebrating an anniversary of the death, Yahrzeit? Anyone else? Did I miss anyone? Okay. Let us all pray together on page 598. Yitgadal, Yitgadash, Shemei Rabbah, Ve'amad Ivrach, Chirtei, Ve'amlich Mach Chirtei, V'chayechon, Ve'omechon, U'v'chayeh Dechol Beit Yisrael, Va'agala, V'zman Kariv, V'meru. Amen. Yehesh Shemei Rabbah Mevarach Le'alam U'almei Almaya Yitbarach V'yishtivach V'yipa'ar V'yitmam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shemei Kudashah Brechu Le'alam Yikol Berchata V'shirata Tush Bechata V'nechamata V'amiran Be'amah V'meru. Amen. Yehesh Lama Rabbah Min Shemaya V'chayim Aleinu V'akol Yisrael V'meru. Amen. O say shalom b'mrama, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'akol Yisrael, v'meru. Amen. Please be seated. Now it's time for some announcements. Marianne, you could. Okay. Cool.
Thank you. Wow. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, everyone on live stream. Thank you, Mark Tannen, once again, for your great skill in providing that. What an exciting service this was. I must say, yes, Quinn, that was beautiful. Thank you. It's funny, just life is funny like that. Things, you just wake up and something is just subtly changed, you know, and you're just moving forward. It's all great. Thank you, Rabbi, for your wonderful, wonderful words. I couldn't help thinking through that service that Sarah was a really good wife. I'll say, very, very thoughtful wife. Yes. Thank you for being on the bima. You must be very, very proud of this, you know. And yeah, you know, I can only imagine the pride to hear that, and I would be weeping, 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 weeping. So thank you. Thank you, Sue Jones. Happy birthday to Sue Jones in Wisconsin. She sponsored the Onig and the service. And I was just going over here before I almost fell off the bema to see if we have flowers there.
And we do.
And we do. So Sue, thank you for all this beautiful stuff.
And she insisted that we still have flowers and do the whole thing. So Sue, Yom Huledet Sameach, we know you're probably watching, and we're going to let the flowers go home to the family that gave us this beautiful child. So Erica, be sure to take those flowers home, and Quinn, share them with your mom and dad.
Outstanding. Thank you, Sue, in
May you
Wisconsin.
forever blossom.
Yeah, all right, very good. So let me see, and once again, thank you, Rabbi, for your fantastic words and very, very good sermon. Okay, our educational opportunities. We have Roger here. Monday night, Eastern Meditation, 7 o'clock on Zoom. Please see templeemet.org or see the man himself to give you details, because I understand it's a wonderful class. Wednesday, at the last Wednesday every month, we have Dan Spector, Music Appreciation.
The 27th, yes.
The 27th. And I want to thank Stacy very much, our musicians. Heather, where's Heather? Heather.
She's in the kitchen with Jeremy getting ready.
Okay,
They're doing
Heather.
hospitality.
That was beautiful rendition of that song. Those words are amazing. And I really, really paid attention. It was beautiful. I was very engrossed in it. So thank you very much. See, we've got Quinn. We thank you for giving birth to Quinn. We've got everybody, because I just want to thank everybody. We have our nice guard, Andre. We have Sandra helping us out. I mean, it's a really fun night. And you've had your first Thanksgiving dinner. Thank you, Marcia. I hope it'll be one of many, many, many delicious dinners for this season. And then Thursday night, Mark Tannen has reinstated his Hebrew class.
No, Torah.
His
They're
Torah
learning
class.
Torah.
Yes, his Torah class. Sorry about that.
As the way it's written.
Okay, as the way it's written. So please watch your emails once again, or templeemet.org. And of course, we must thank Marcia somewhere out there. She's probably out there finding more activities for us to do. So those are our educational things. Thank you to all our musicians. Thank you,
to you.
Sue. And please, if I forgot anybody, I just want to thank you. So now, coming up, what's coming up? Well, Rabbi is going to go meet her new grandson. So I think, what's more special than that? So she's going to be out there with family, and, I don't think I've known a woman, your daughter, you have a son and a daughter, and now you have a grandson and a granddaughter. You're getting pretty prolific yourself out there. So keep up that good work.
You too.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's really wonderful. I've never known anyone work harder to bring a Jewish child into the world than Alyssa. So I'm real excited about all the details, and we're going to be waiting for pictures and all kinds of details. So then I believe November 20th is the lunch bunch at Good Stuff in Palos Verdes, 11:30. That'll be November 20th. I think Marcia has picked a good, interesting movie, November 21st. At the Regal Cinema in the evening, so please, once again, watch your emails. Our next service will be December 6th. It will be Leiled, and I believe we'll have our rabbi in progress there, and we'll look forward to that, for much, much more. Now, our dear, dear Sunny, December 21st, her Torrance Civic Chorale will be doing their holiday performance. I understand they have some Hanukkah songs. And I've been to those before. They're wonderful. So it'll be at the Torrance Cultural Arts Center in the James Armstrong Theater. Is that correct? So December, the first day of winter, December 21st. Come see Sunny sing. Saturday night, 7:30. I believe I'll be there. I don't see any reason. Yeah, that's a great way to start the first day of winter. Yes? November 19th, sisterhood meeting, 3 o'clock in the afternoon for everybody on Zoom. So, and they'll send out things. So, a lot of stuff's happened. There's just stuff happening here all the time. So there we are. Have I forgotten anything?
No, you did a good job.
Anybody else?
If you brought up December 21st, the day before December 20th, we are going to have our brisket latke cook-off, Shabbat. So we're
December
just gonna
20th.
we're just gonna come together and eat, drink, and be merry, and sing some Hanukkah songs, and just have a Shabbos of celebration of the miracle of light.
And please come, because we are going to give out the President's Awards. We are going to stick with Diana's tradition before the year gets away from me. So December 20th, that'll be happening.
Yes.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. And now I believe Quinn is going to lead us in Oseh Shalom. Also, be sure to watch our emails, because we are in talks with the city of Torrance about the Hanukkah candle lighting. It may be on the Tuesday, December 17th. If it is, we will do that and go to the New York Deli as in times past. The Oseh Shalom can be found, it's the last lines of the Mortar Kaddish on page 598. And please rise, everyone. We'll bless each other with the Birkat Kohanim. Please rise if you're able, and we will then do Oseh Shalom. So we thank God for bringing us to this season and this moment. Oh, look, he's putting his tallis around me. Is this your bar mitzvah, Tolian? I was there when you wore this for the first time. And now look at you. So we thank God for bringing us to this moment. It's like a Shehechianu moment. Let's do it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehechianu v'kiyamanu, v'higyanu zlazman hazeh. Okay, well, thank you, God, for bringing us to this moment. And how wonderful it is that we're here together. So may God bless you and keep you. May God's countenance shine upon you. May God be with you always and grant you peace. May we go forward with light and thanksgiving. Let us all find something to be thankful for, and let us share that gratitude with others. Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha. Yaher Adonai panav alecha v'yichunecha. Yisa Adonai panav alecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May be God's will. Shabbat Shalom. And now take it away, my dear. Take it away. Oseh Shalom. Thank you, everybody who participated in the service. Oseh Shalom B'Roma. Future possible rabbi or chazan, cantor, Mr. Conservative himself. Everyone, thank you so much.